Now, let us understand about motion of center of mass. Consider a rod having two balls of different masses at its end. Now, consider three machines striking this rod at different ends. The motion of center of mass of this system is along the red line. We will now discuss about the physical significance of center of mass of system of particles. Consider particles M1, M2, M3 and M4 contributes a system where R1, R2, R3 and R4 are their respective position vectors. Now let us discuss the motion of whole system. We know R equals to sigma MIRI by M from center of mass as we discussed earlier equals to M1R1 plus M2R2 up till MNRN by M. Taking M on left hand side, we get M equals to M1R1 plus M2R2 up till MNRN. Differentiating both sides of equation with respect to time, we get M dr by dt equals to M1 dr1 by dt plus M2 dr2 by dt and so on up till Mn drn by dt. But dr by dt equals to v, that is, where velocity is the rate of change of displacement. Similarly, dr1 by dt equals to v1, dr2 by dt equals to v2 and so on up till drn by dt equals to vn. dr by dt is the velocity of center of mass. Hence, mv equals to m1v1 plus m2v2 and so on up till mnvn. Again differentiating with respect to time, we get m dv by dt equals to m1 dv1 by dt plus m2 dv2 by dt and so on up till mn dvn by dt. But dv by dt equals to a, which is acceleration of center of mass. Similarly, dv1 by dt equals to a1, dv2 by dt equals to a2 and so on up till dvn by dt equals to an. Hence, ma equals to m1a1 plus m2a2 and so on up till mnan. Now, from Newton's second law, the force acting on first particle is given as F1 equals to m1a1. The force acting on second particle is given as F2 equals to m2a2 and so on. Equation ma equals to m1a1 plus m2a2 and so on up till mnan may be written as ma equals to F1 plus F2 and so on up till Fn. Hence, ma equals to vector sum of all forces acting on system of particle. No more. Note, when we talk of force F1 on first particle, it is not a single force, but vector sum of all forces on first particle, likewise for second particle, etc. F1 equals to F12 plus F13 plus F14 and so on up till F1n. Among these forces on each particle, there will be an external force exerted by body outside the system and also internal force exerted by particle on one another. We know that Newton's third law that these internal forces occur in equal and opposite pair and in the sum of forces of equation ma equals to F1 plus F2 and so on up till Fn. Their contribution is zero. Only the external force contributes to equation. We can rewrite equation ma equals to F1 plus F2 and so on up till Fn as ma equals to F external, where F external represents the sum of all external forces acting on particle of system. ma equals to F external states that center of mass of system of particle moves as if all the mass of particle was concentrated at the center and all the external forces were applied at that point. Visual. Here you can see parabolic path of the projectile of a cannonball fired from the cannon which get exploded at the position x1 along the x-axis. The center of mass of fragments of projectile motion continues along the same parabolic path which it would have followed if there were no explosion.